I'm more careful when I buy some stuff, and I'm gonna wait longer to buy some stuff instead of just going for the cheapest items.
Yeah, waiting how the match goes.
Yeah,
maybe.
basically, what's the first thing I did was buy the cheapest things, because normally you go in the shop and then you see what's available and then you pick whatever's cheap. But now I'll make more of a decision what to take, and I think it's better.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We think it played out pretty well. Of course, there's still some balancing that needs to be done here and there because of what happened.
Yeah, we also see in the metrics we saw people pick more different builds and more items.
Well, that's cool. That's one thing we aimed for. So
Baby crew members is picked more than before. Still the lowest. Still the lowest
for the elephant, man. Come on.
It's still a horrible upgrade. Yeah. But yeah, it's a very situational item. But yeah.
Yeah. Overall, we were pretty satisfied with the patch.
Yeah, it's going the right way. We think so. Yeah, and I think those were the two biggest things to talk about. We could go in all the details, but let's not do that. Let's show some new stuff.
Well, there's one thing we need to mention first. Soon, in the upcoming, well, I'm not really sure the time frame. I think
pretty soonish.
Pretty soon. Let's say pretty soon. There will be a new thing.
Tournament. Yeah,
a tournament. So Do you know the details?
I know a little bit of the details. So basically, what we're going to do is we're going to have a tournament, and it's going to be a show. There's going to be a weekly show where there's going to be a recap of the matches. And there will be cash prizes, so that's really cool. Yeah, and it will all be shown on our Twitch channel. So look forward to that. We're gonna do a stream about it as well pretty soon. So we're gonna do a stream dedicated to this tournament to tell you guys all about it, how you can compete, what you can win, pretty much what will be going down. So it's something to look forward to. Yeah, I mean, play Awesomenauts competitively, win money. I mean, that's pretty cool. Yeah, we're going pro. We're
going pro. Okay, so I think with that out of the way, we should start talking about 2.7, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that's what you guys are here for.
Let's show
not us eating ice cream.
These are really, really small.
Yeah.
Horrible.
And they're still not done, man. Come on. Okay, so let's just jump into the game and show them. The first new feature is pretty obvious.
I guess it's the beta, right? So this is the beta version. So this is not this is the version that you'll see when you go online in the beta. But when it goes live, it will be a little different.
Okay, let's go. So it's the new. This is the beta version of the new main menu.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hide us for a second. Give me a second. So we're gone for a second.
Yeah. So don't worry about the big wall of text. That's just to inform beta testers on what's new in this patch and
how you can help us test all those new features.
Yeah.
So there's the new the beginner intro missions. How you can help us test it. The turret and droid rework. The new menu. As you can see, it's become a lot sleeker, and one of the main reasons we did that is for all the upcoming features in the future, so that there's already been some space, and in the design we've things like global chat and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so there's. I'm sorry. So as you can see, there's a lot of space and room to add stuff, and that's going to be really important for future features. And obviously the wall of text will be removed in the final build. But
and all the menus have been revamped. Like this is the new settings menu. It's a lot more clear with all little tabs and little things. It's every menu has had a little touch up here and there. Some more rigorous than other ones.
Yeah.
So like the play menu, that's a lot different than what you've seen before. Where this is all...
It's a lot cleaner and it's more clear where it can go. And
it's a little bit flashier as well.
Yeah. Yeah, Oliver did a really good job on creating this lovely menu.
And, and we have a little... the quick match button is still there, guys, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, one of the important things was make a better game for starters of Awesomenauts, so new players.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, for instance, in the play menu you can see the tutorial. So you can keep playing that, and it's more easy to find.
Yeah.
And also, one of the big new things that we added are beginner missions or quests or.
Yeah. So, as you can see, they're not here right now.
Oh.
And as will be in the live version, you can skip and reset them at will.
Yeah.
So you can replay them when you want to. So even you guys who were probably the best Awesomenauts players in the world, prestige max, all that stuff, you can still just reset, and there are your beginner missions.
So this is all the space we're talking about, using it for this kind of beginner missions and for the global chat.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
And
So
yeah, you start off basically with playing through the tutorial. That's your first mission.
and as you can see, all the other stuff is locked in. So imagine you're a new player, you start the game, and everything's locked. You still you have to play the tutorial and just do your missions to ease into the game, so you don't jump into an online match and face all these intimidating players.
Yeah.
And so every time you complete a
But you can go online instantly, so there's always the option to go online, play with your friends, even if it's the first time.
by skipping the tutorial.
Yeah.
missions, so.
But still, we tried to get players to play some bot games, and especially with the new AIs that you guys made. There's a lot of fun to gain from playing these bot games, and there's a lot to learn from these characters. So.
Yeah. So you progress through the tutorials. I'm gonna use a little cheat code. Bam! Oh, mission success. And then you reward. Then you get the new mission, and then on and on and on. And if you feel like so you want to play with your friends, skip the intro missions.
And you can skip them all over.
Bam! And you're done.
Very simple.
Fairly simple, but we think it's going to be really effective for new players, and yeah, a lot of fun, and it gives perspective for the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so as you can see, there's a lot of new features coming up. We're going to talk about most of them.
Yeah, we started at the top, I think. We started with the beginner missions. And one of the big balance things that we did for 2.7 are the turrets, droids rework. And it was also revealed in Volter's Vault. And what we basically did is remove the droid's shield when they get near to a turret, and they removed the health increase. And there were a bit of kind of flaky mechanics, and we didn't like those. And now that we have some more time to do some more polishing and getting these old mechanics and working on those, we decided to remove those and try to balance around it. And basically what we did is we tweaked some numbers and reduced the damage Awesomenauts do to turrets and to droids, or just droids, sorry. And basically what happens is you almost get the same kind of game that you have online now, but without all these kind of weird mechanics with the shields and the health.
Yeah.
And one of the side effects is that characters have more of a role, and you have, for instance, you got the characters like Leon, who are good at everything. They're just good at destroying turrets. They're good at killing enemy Awesomenauts. They're good at destroying droids. And what we basically did was making them more specialists in different fields.
Yeah.
And so that's
There's a bigger distinction between Nauts who can push and Nauts who are great assassins.
exactly.
Yeah.
So we buffed the assassins in the game. So you get more gold, you more solar, and you drop more solar when you die. And we also tweaked the respawn timer a little bit. We made it a little bit shorter on the max duration, and we increased the medium duration. All these kind of small tweaks to make it a little bit better and make it a little bit more diverse, more diversity within the character itself.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's hard to explain.
It's really
all
hard
this.
to explain, yeah.
I think it's best to show it in the game. The same goes for the times 10 multipliers on damage.
Yeah.
That's also a thing that's really hard. I mean, yeah, we just have to show those kind of things. And were there other things that were in the game that we just needed to show?
I don't know. Let me think.
Well, yeah, the damage.
Oh wait!
Oh snap!
Oh my God!
bad.
Yep, we got a new character.
So yeah. I think they're a bit behind in the chat, so we don't. Yeah. So yeah, we got a new character, guys.
He's called Scoop, and he's awesome. He's this paladin kind of ice cream knight. He's got this really weird backstory, and he's got this really cool skills.
Yeah.
And
there's another thing. We'll talk about that later, I guess. The one thing. No, yeah. So let's just hop into the game right away. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, so new Awesomenauts. It's always exciting. Not only for you guys, for us as well, because we've been working on this guy for a while, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
He's actually not the 5th knot; he's the 6th knot. So we're still working on the 5th one, but so the 6th one got a little bit fast, and we're releasing him a little bit earlier. But yeah, you guys gonna really love him. He's something really different.
Yeah.
And
is my game crashing right now? Because that would be so untechnical. No, there we go.
Don't worry.
I was so worried. Oh, it's so exciting. We're almost landing. And
boom.
Boom.
He's kind of jello kind of guy.
Tell me his backstory, because a lot of people want to know who is this guy?
Yeah, so basically he's an ice gelati knight. That's what we call him, and he's from an ice planet, and these guys are really fond of ice cream.
Really fond of ice cream,
and they make their lives work to find the best ice cream, which is stracciatella, of course.
I just ate it.
Oh, so lovely. But unfortunately, there's no chocolate in the universe anymore. So, is their holy mission to find that last piece of chocolate to make that stracciatella.
So they can make that stracciatella ice cream.
And you can see he has this big sword, and it's actually kind of a shovel as well, like a big ice shovel. And he's from the Pistachio clan. That's why he's green.
And he's from the House of the Triple Scoop as well, right?
Yeah,
That's his. He's a bit royal.
You got all these different houses, and every house fights for one taste of ice cream. And the House of the Triple Scoop fights for pistachio.
Okay, so yeah, his abilities. So the first one is Frozen Hammer, and what we tried to do with Scoop is make him very accessible, make him very easy to play with for new players. And so what we want to do is give him kind of CC skill, where he can entangle his crowd with a snare. And with Frozen Hammer, you got it deals a lot of damage, but you need to hit it as far as possible. Yeah.
So the longer it flies, the more damage it will do, and the more snare it will get.
Yeah.
So it's all about a little bit positioning.
You can go more advanced with correct positioning, but there's still a base snare and a base damage, which is pretty decent as well.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing to play around with.
Yeah, you also don't have to worry about who you're going to hit, because it's a piercing kind of tech, so it goes through all your enemies, and it will also be snared. And it doesn't have a really long cooldown, so you can throw it out pretty often. And it's not a very long snare, such as Durple's traps. It's really short, but the longer you make the range of the hammer, the more snare we get.
I will buy this, and then I will go help out my team because they're losing. So you can talk about the other ability.
So Tim bought the second ability, and what I told before is he's a paladin. He's a kind of tanky character, lots of health, good damage, but he really is good at healing himself as well. And with the bindings of justice, or wrappings of justice, he can heal himself. And it's a little bit of a charging kind of explosion with the deal. And
oh my goodness!
You didn't bind.
The graphics are borked.
Playing with the wrong version. But anyways, what you do, you can do a heal on yourself. And at the moment that you heal yourself, you will do an AoE explosion. And it deals a little bit of damage. It's not a lot. We can upgrade it, do more damage. But it was a really good throw, by the way. Because it was a really good range on that.
So and then the damage increases, the snare time increases.
Yeah. And the deal's really good. You can make, you got all these cool upgrades where you can cleanse your damage over time, which is really good against like characters like Gnaw. And yeah, what else you got? You got I don't know all these things more. Oh yeah. We really build them like one of the things we find really important is that new players learn to play together, like play together and play in teams. And so he's really good fighting next to other champions, so other Awesomenauts. And so you got this kind of upgrades where you when you stand next to another Awesomenaut, you get increased damage or increased healing. And yeah, with those kind of extra upgrades, then we try to get players to work together and try to stick together, especially with this kind of tanky character. Oh my god.
It hurts me so bad. I'm dying inside.
So we've tested out in the betas, and the beta it works, but
yeah,
this is another build.
There's for some reason it's all broken. I even tested it before.
Oh, one of the also things you can notice now that we removed solar items. So well, not all of the solar items, but we removed the solar tree, flashy glasses on Raylin, and we made one grab the magnet piercing on Leon, and you can see the new upgrade.
Yeah, we're gonna lose anyway.
Yeah. So we got, instead of the solar tree, you got Zork's barrier subscription, and it's not really a subscription, but you can buy it once, and then you got it for all times. So it's a little bit bugged, but that's part of the story behind it. And what it does is it gives you a shield every time you go into the shop, and it's 150 hit points because we did the damage and health.
We did the damage times 10, so all these big numbers you've been seeing. Everything is times 10,
yeah, exactly.
Like we revealed in the vault as well before.
And this is a really cool upgrade which you can use to get an extra defense when you're losing, or you can pick it together with your team and decide to go all in and just have a little bit of extra health to make that last push. So it's really end game kind of item. And it's also really good for low health characters that start with not that much health, and they get this extra boost. So you saw that the damage was a little bit lower on screen, and then also got like 570 damage or something like that. So
it's really worth it to
really good example to it was basically face hammer.
Yeah, shotgun hammer.
Basically, it's like 20 damage, 200 damage actually, but you really get when you get it further away from your enemy.
Another cool thing about the frozen hammer ability is the bounce. So it bounces around.
Yeah.
So you can make cool trick shots and surprise your enemies with bouncing hammers.
Yeah, and you can use it to make some extra distance. For instance, if you can show if you're walking to the left and you're getting chased by someone, then you can throw it against the wall, and then it goes back, and then it deals more damage instead of just throwing it backwards.
Yeah.
Because
so you take an extra range.
Yeah. So it's basically really straightforward, and he's really, I think he's really easy to understand what he does, and yeah, I think you guys are going to really like him in the beta. It's going to be easy. It's a lot of fun.
Update it.
What are you going to do? What you going to do?
See if I can fix it.
Yeah, you're gonna fix the animation.
I hope I can fix it.
You made the animation. It should be on your computer.
It should be on my computer.
What
yeah.
happened? Well, no problem, no problem. What else do we got? I think we got everything covered right now. Turret damage. Yeah.
I'm not sure if we can fix it in time. So maybe we can do some questions already. People probably have a lot of questions about this guy already. Let's see if we can answer some before maybe I can actually show the heal skill. Game volume. I'm sorry, guys. I should have lowered it by now.
Sorry.
Comments.
When's the patch coming out? We still need to do some stuff. For instance, we didn't record the voices yet for Scoop. We got a really cool voice actor, but we didn't record it yet, so we need to do that first. So we'll probably need a little bit more time to do that. And this will be the first beta we're going to do. So
and of course there's are there any balance changes coming?
Plenty.
Patch?
There's a lot of balance changes. Of course, with the damage against droids, a lot of upgrades got changed, and that's gonna throw around the meta as well, and it's gonna be.
So we're not. There's a lot of things to be tweaked and to be done before this patch can hit the shelves, and the new node brings all kinds of new things, and it needs to be balanced as well.
Yeah.
So we're not sure when the patch will launch. But the beta will be out there, and we're gonna need all the feedback we can get, basically.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good question. Is Scoop Starstorm not? He is considered part of the Starstorm story, but we decided that because we made the level editor, we decided to make the 6 knot free and available for everyone who has the base game. So Scoop will be available for everyone, even if you don't have Starstorm.
There you have it. Scoop will be a character for everybody. Yeah. Not just the Starstorm owners. So that's everybody can play with him. That's he's been designed with more beginner players in mind. Yeah. So that's why it's more of a logical choice to be available for everyone, because more advanced players, beginning players probably don't have the Starstorm expansion yet. So
what's the role of Scoop? He's a tank. Well, that we hope that is
a bit of a support tank.
Yeah, support kind of tank.
Yeah, you can build him a bit offensively with the frozen hammer and going increased damage. But like you said, the heal encourages more team play with certain upgrades. So you can walk together. He can buff his teammates, heal them, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and you can also with the snare, you can upgrade the snare to make more of crowd control kind of character. Yeah, so he can set up kills for his teammates. Yeah. Well. Yeah, that means the 5th Starstorm knot is still coming. He's still needs to be done. Yeah. So there's another one coming for Starstorm, for Starstorm only. Yeah, she's gonna be awesome. Let's see, I'm gonna test this real quick. Any cool questions? New music. Well, obviously Scoop needs his own music. Yeah, that's also one of the things that we didn't even decide yet what the music is going to be, actually. I think tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, but on Monday we have a meeting on the music, what's going to be. And we'll go from there. Normally Sonic Picnic is really fast with making the music. So once we decided what's going to be, then it probably won't take too long to make the music. More questions. When is the beta? When's the beta, Tim? I think it's not really a surprise anymore.
We do this every time, so you guys already know when's the beta. The beta is when I push the button.
When he pushes the button.
I got everything set up, so once Tim is ready to show you guys
I'm probably not going to be ready to show you guys.
A new skill of Scoop. Yeah.
It's really weird. For
not
for
working.
some reason, he's missing all these textures.
Weird.
Sorry,
But
guys.
No problem. We're just gonna throw it live in a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
so.
you guys can play him. Everybody who has the beta, you still do need the beta.
Yeah, you still need beta access, of course, to play him, but
Yeah, the beta is not for everyone, but that's because the Starstorm, the beta access came with the Kickstarter, and that hasn't changed.
yeah. Otherwise, we had to make 2 builds, and it would be pretty complex stuff. So, can we see Scoop's items? Yeah, sure.
Sure. Give me a second.
Items. Let's see what we got.
I'll just peruse through them so people can read if they want
Yeah,
to,
that's
and you
good,
can
that's good.
answer some
That's
questions.
good. What replaces flashy glasses and magnet tongue?
That's a cool thing we haven't even discussed extensively. You mentioned the removal of Solar Tree and the replacing shield.
Yeah, exactly. And we got, I think we got a blind upgrade on tongue for Leon, just to confuse his opponents a little bit more. So that's one upgrade, and the flashy glasses. It sounds really overpowered, but it's not. It's an upgrade which deals 600 damage on your main attack after you successfully land snipe and on enemy, and it deals 600 damage against droids only. So, and it's only the first droid, so it won't work with your piercing shot. And so basically, what you can do is insta kill one droid after hitting a successful snipe. So it's going to be interesting, because the reason why I did that was we reduced the damage against droids, and the snipe is pretty weakened against droids, so her pushing power has become a little bit nerfed a lot.
And now you have an optional upgrade to improve your pushing power, but it goes in the cost of another upgrade. For instance, range or damage or cooldown or whatever. Yeah,
you lose the flashy glasses, but so one of the problems was also that she wasn't able to gather as much solar as the other characters or before. And so what we also did was a lot of price changes. We reduced reduced the price of a lot of items for her as well. And hopefully it will be enough, but we'll see during the beta if she needs more.
So those kind of things also need testing. So there's the balance changes, the new changes with the droids, the removal of items.
The missions,
there's so many things to test, and so many things that could affect balance that you can see why we're not really sure when the patch will go live.
Was Lone Star nerfed at all?
Well, the changes to droids.
Yeah, the changes are the same for him as well, but I think he's still really good at pushing. It's one of the things that we have to see during the beta, if he's still a little bit too strong compared to the other characters, but we'll see. What was the worm tube teaser all about? Well, basically, if the guys noticed, in AI Station 205, you saw these centipede kind of creeps, and one of the creeps had this big sword, well, Scoop sword.
Scoop sword pierced through him. So that was the thing.
Yeah, and Scoop just came back and wanted his sword back to get ready for the fight. So
to get ready for battle.
All right, we didn't tell about his main tech.
Yeah,
totally forgot about that. So he's got a kind of different melee tech than other characters, such as Leon. He actually got 2 different attacks. His first is a stab attack, which is direct hit to one character. And the second attack is a cleave. So you can see the cleave that goes over his head. That deals AoE damage, so you hit more characters. And with every character that you hit with cleave, you will be healed. So there's a small lifesteal percentage that you deal when hitting with the cleave. So that gives him this extra kind of sustainability, so extra kind of tankiness. And yeah, I think it really makes him a little bit different than other characters. We change the cooldown on the fire. As it feels like it's there every 5 seconds. Yeah, I reduced it a little bit in the last patch, but I think in the last beta patch for 2.6, before it just got released, I think I do agree, Dennis, that's on too much of the time during a game. So yeah, maybe I'll change that during this beta as well. I didn't have a lot of time to do these kind of level changes as well.
I see a question about the beginner missions. If you skip them, do you unlock things like Clunk and the battle modes? Yeah. So you can skip them, so you instantly have your profile, Clunk,
Yeah.
all those things that you should you normally unlock through the beginner missions. You then just get. I think there's a little bit confusion. I think we haven't been really clear about that. His name is Scoop, but his actual name is the Scoop of Justice.
So this is full name.
His full name is the Scoop of Justice, but we just call him Scoop for short.
Yeah, this is way too long.
It's not really the most easy way to pronounce a character's name constantly. It's a bit like how we call Admiral Swiggins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still an admiral.
He's still an admiral. And Durple Zork is still called Durple Zork, but we call him Durple. Those kind of, so yeah, he's the Scoop of Justice.
And Voltar the Omniscient.
Yeah, he's Voltar the Omniscient, yeah. But yeah, just to be clear, it's not in his title name, but... Let's take a few more questions. I think people are just aching to play.
Yeah. Last question.
Nah, yeah, if there, unless there are some really good ones, but yeah. I'm gonna take a sip, and I'm gonna wait for a great question.
Sword Strike.
Be accessible.
Can you rename Sword Strike to Sword Strike? We'll have a vote on it. Let's do a vote in the forum for it. Who is Scoop's voice actor? I don't know his name. He's not. This time it's not a famous YouTuber, but he's really good.
It's a really great voice actor.
Yeah.
The guy we've been eyeing for now is just a great voice actor. He's not a famous person or anything. Not every character has to be voiced by some YouTube celebrity or an in-house dev.
Oh, news on the PS4. That's a really good question.
There's always news on the PS4.
So basically, the next patch will be for PS4 will be 1.2, in which we're gonna. It's basically a version of 2.6 of the PC version. So it's really up to date. And today, actually, I've requested the QA slots for Sony. It's kind of a technical thing, but. What happens is I need to book some slots for Sony to test the patch, and that will be probably next week, Wednesday. And we'll upload the patch then, and then we'll test it for probably a week or two. And if it's good, then it will be out in 2 weeks from now, 2-3 weeks. So I hope everything goes as planned, and then we'll have the patch 1.2 really quick. And so that's going to be really cool.
It's going to be really up to date. That's pretty cool. Yeah. See, where can you get the gnaw hat? It's actually it was made by the Ralph's girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's one of a kind, and I'm wearing it. I have permission. He's not going to kill me.
Remove gnaw.
Feeling shitty. No, we love no.
Please show the screen troll, please.
Okay, one more question, and then we're just gonna give you guys time to play, and there will be streams up, and you can watch people play Scoop. It's gonna be cool.
Yeah, so a question about the Omicron. We're slowly there's a slowly kind of sub backstory that's next to Starstorm.
Yeah, and it's more story, more lore for Starstorm.
Yeah, exactly, and it's all happening around AI Station 205, which is trying to control the kind of space storm that's happening on the sun, within the Rocky system. So you got Starstorm. It's firing on this giant star, and you got AI Station 205 is trying to manage the space storm that's happening there. But what's happening is there's a time rift, or there's a rift opening to the Omicron, which is a very dangerous and hazardous place. And
a bit more about this backstory is also in Scoop's backstory, right?
Yeah, there's a bit of backstory there, and we're also we're going to expand on this with everything that's coming from now. So you'll see more, read more about this later on, and of course that's one of the reasons why Scoop comes from an ice planet, because he's really good at fighting all kinds of fire stuff and hot stuff on the ice station 205. So
yeah, I think that about wraps it up.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a great segue. Okay, so after this, the beta will go live. You guys can go play it, give us feedback. There's a handy little box in the main menu about what you can test and how you can test it, and where you can give us feedback and all that jazz. So have fun with the new character. Have fun with the changes. Let us know what you think, and thanks for watching.
Bye.